my gosh! Wow, it's you! Yeah, definitely I'm here. Last time I checked, I was at least. Can't always be too sure. Well, I had to make sure the girl in the pic made it here just in time to greet you. Had to drag her out of the bed today, kicking and screaming, just so she could make it to her flight. You should have seen her. Not a morning person. And airport security's a bitch. Oh, were you expecting the anime girl from the profile pic? Because, sorry, because you've been catfished. Unfortunately, I'm nowhere near as cute as her. Why would you think I hide my face behind her? If she showed up right now asking you to square off for her, I'd be done for. No contest. I just hope all the time we spend talking gives me at least a little bit of the advantage. And I meant every word I said. Especially the part about wanting to get absolutely manhandled by Prime Lord Tigers after a Tier 3 ascension. Those claws are calling my name. Hard to compete with that, isn't it? That makes the two of us then. Unless you think your nails can dig deeper. There's more rooms in this house than the entrance and the kitchen that are used for things other than sleeping, you know. I didn't just rent this place to avoid the crippling anxiety that comes from trying to pick a date night spot in the city that I haven't been to since I was 5. Yeah, it's because my Nana lives a few blocks from here and I wanted to stop by and say hi while I'm here visiting. Lovely place, though. Come make yourself comfortable inside. Very convenient that you live close by. Now I can't use the excuse of not visiting her enough. I gotta come see both of you from time to time. Not too bad of a ride, was it? Did the Uber driver treat you well too? Well, I hope you didn't think the chocolates were from her. Otherwise, that's the second person I have to compete with. Uber driver or some girl who uses anime profile pics online. Pick your poison. Oh, but she can chauffeur you around whenever you want. But you do have to pay for it. So that narrows the competition at least a little bit. By the end of this, I hope I'm at least upgraded to a cute girl that is half attractive as the anime girl. Well, first I gotta beat the girl with the nice car. I need to dig myself out of that hole since I brought this on myself. It's a double-edged sword, I'm afraid. I wasn't going to have you waste gas to get here. The date was my idea. It's only courtesy that I pay for everything. Don't worry about the money. It's a non-issue for me. And even if I was strapped for cash, I've saved enough to do what I'm doing now because you are worth the effort. Oh, am I setting the mood too quickly? I wanted to at least treat you to dinner first. I hope takeout's good enough. Okay, I'm not that broke. As much as I love to take you out to a nice place, I wanted something a little more intimate for our first proper date. Just the two of us. Yes, and the abundance of tea lights should have been your first hint. Patience. There's a lot more to come, so as long as we do things in the right order. First, let's order something so it gets here before midnight. If we don't do it now, we'll get caught up in each other's company to the point that by the time we remember we need to eat, we'll be stuck with what little there is in the fridge. And you would be better off starving than eating anything I cook. Why learn when there's plenty of old mom and pop diners that can use all the help they can get to stay afloat in this economy? I don't mind dropping them a little extra if it means I can get good food and make a few new friends along the way. You'll get nice perks as regulars in a lot of places. Once I establish myself a little more here, I'll make sure we get the best deals on our dates. But for now, we work on delivery discounts. So, what are you craving for today? You're the honored guest. Don't be shy about the price. Little known fact, every place has delivery if you have good connections. I may not know anyone here directly, but I got some contacts. Don't you worry. Sounds good. I think I might get that as well. I only date people with good taste, so I trust your judgment. Immaculate taste in women, too. Oh, this? Yeah, it's a new model. I just got it a month ago or so. Lots of sleepless nights and overtime can net you a pretty penny. And when I want something, I'll do whatever I need to get it. Alright, should be here within the hour. In the meantime, why don't you have a seat? We haven't had a good talk face to face before. It's different. It all feels a lot more real this way. Nothing to hide. Well, there's a lot you don't see behind the wall of text. You have all the time in the world to craft the perfect image of what you want others to see. Philosophical or not, the truth is always there more than someone behind the screen. When you see them face to face, there's nothing left keeping you from seeing who someone really is. I guess you can say I had my doubts. You could have been a cop for all I know. You know how they go around looking for creeps online sometimes. Oh, I've got a lot of things to hide, and deleting my search history can only do so much. But I wouldn't mind sharing with you. There's no cameras around here to record all of my darkest confessions. I made sure of that. In all seriousness, I think it's important to get any secrets out of the way. No hiding anything important, because if this relationship goes any further, we'll both find out eventually. I want you to be sure just as much as me. I flew a good 4 hours to get here. I think that's proof enough that I'm serious. There's more, actually, and a lot more to clarify since we're on the same page. This isn't a rental house, for one. Well, in a way it is. It's my Nana's old house before I bought her a new one a few blocks down. We kept it in the family, but she's letting me use it for the time being. I needed a place that wasn't safe and I didn't have anyone tampering with it. Safe for me and you, of course. And I couldn't have just anyone bring you here. Had to have my personal chauffeur escort you here. I wouldn't trust anyone else with my life or yours. It's really a nice car, isn't it? One of my favorites. That's why I'm so worried, you know. You'll be seeing more of her if you decide to stick around. I'm sure the money and these fancy gadgets caught your attention. Of course you'd want to stay after that. No, there's more to it than that. All the money in the world couldn't buy you freedom if you step into this life with me. It couldn't even buy mine. Right now, it's a little escape from it all. But soon I'll have to go back. I run a very lucrative business that spans across several cities. One that earns most of the profits through unsavory means. Needless to say, that car and this new phone weren't earned from being nice. I guess you can call it that. Maybe not as romantic as the novels make it out to be, but any other word from organized crime makes it a little less intimidating. Well, your case might be an exception, but there was an intention behind it. Finding someone back home wasn't gonna cut it for me. There's a lot of people out there who'd have a field day if there was an easy target nearby to put under ransom. If someone wanted me to talk and pay up, I might have to just for their sake. It's a long way home and conveniently close to my Nana's, so there's not much reason to think I'm out here other than to pay her a visit every once in a while, especially as she gets older. Of course it won't work forever, but I suppose if I inherit the estate and decide to rent it out, I'd have a pretty good reason for coming by on occasion to survey my property and work with clients. It's a perfect excuse to come see you without having to explain myself. I might have dabbled in a bit of research before I took interest in you, but make no mistake, you're someone I want to have at my side, and I love nothing more than to spend a quiet life with you. Just spending our days talking about the things we enjoy like we always do. But I have a duty to my colleagues. The longer I'm away, the more rumors there'll be that will get spread around, and my enemies will start looking for me. And that means that things need to stay how they've been for the past few years, if you don't mind. I know, this week was supposed to be special for us. Unfortunately, every time will have to be like that. If you like the way things are right now, putting yourself closer to this life might make you see things differently. Unless you're ready for the brutal reality that comes with it, I'd rather your view of me be the one that's on the screen. I think, given the things you enjoy, you're better off with the image in your head than the real me. Yeah, I know. I wanted to meet the real you too. Real me just has to leave every now and then, and for all either of us know, she might never come back. I'll do all I can to return in one piece, but it's never a guarantee, and I'll stay away for a long time if it means keeping you out of the line of sight of some very bad people. I'm bad too, and I want you to know that. Yeah, and I'm still the person behind the cute anime girl too. That person is real, and so is this one. And this one loves you for real. Enough to do what I can to keep you safe. I know the longer I'm here, the harder that will be, but I want to enjoy the time I do have right now, so I'll have something to keep living for. It's a little dramatic, but the last few years have meant a lot to me. Being able to talk to you is always the highlight of my day. This whole week will be the highlight of my lifetime. I hope we'll get another chance to do this again. But for now, let's treat it like it'll be our last.